Okay, I think we're all on mute. Hi guys. Kumusta naman
Hi,
tayo
sorry.
dyan?
Ayan.
Hi.
Hi.
Anyari. Ganun.
Kaya ka-mute pala ako.
Kumusta? Yo!
Good evening!
Very pearl, ah. Walang
Hi, good
manipel
evening
ng araw na yun.
everyone. Happy
Hi.
Friday. Yan, tapos magbigay-pugay naman tayo sa onesie ni Christy Ange, di ba?
Oo.
Kumusta naman?
Lagyan sa gitna yan. Pak.
Medyo nahiya naman yung t-shirt ko sa'yo, ma'am.
I'm so prepared.
Hoy, kumusta naman kayo? Maulan ba dyan sa area nyo?
Kaninang umaga, it was.
Diba? Medyo ang lakas eh.
Oh my God, may pabakyon yung isa dyan, no?
Hello,
Ayan,
Sorry.
So medyo nag-upgrade tayo,
Kompleto.
P-Mark, ha?
Ay, iba! Gusto ko yan.
Gusto ko yan.
Girl.
Tapos may pa-flat screen gravy na rin tayo sa likod, ha? Yes. Kabog na kabog.
Kasi baka
Gusto ko
nagsasawa
yan.
na kayo sa kulay pink kong background.
Uy, hindi naman. Ikaw naman. Nag-abala ka pa.
Ako naman yung para iba naman yung background.
O nawala naman si P. Patty. Ano naman?
O, diba?
Ayan.
Ayan.
Pak! Yes.
Yung mga internet natin, kumusta naman? Pak.
Ganon pa rin. PLDT, Globe. Kumusta naman, Globe?
And convert.
Feel ko pinagbigyan nila tayo kasi bukas daw pala magsa-start ang intermittent connection.
O, diba? Kahit pa paano.
Ay,
Naglakad-lakad na sila ngayon. In preparation daw for tomorrow.
Oh my
Yan.
gosh.
Oo.
Para masanay tayo.
True.
So, kumusta? Anong gagawin natin tonight?
Ayun, magbabaklaan. Chakin, joke lang.
Ay, gusto ko yan. So, it sounds like a plan.
Yan. Why not?
Kumusta ang baklaan?
Mukhang alive and kicking tayo ngayon, no? And I'm sure marami tayong mapapag-usapan dahil isa sa mga beloved series. Balik tayo sa classic, no? Diba? Parang
Yes.
for the past or for the recent ones, parang more contemporary. Pero ngayon, parang naman. Balik tayo sa mga forefathers. Yes.
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 Hi, Paolo D.
Hi, Paolo.
Hi, Paolo.
Magandang gabi. Sawari.
Ayan.
Hello po.
Effort naman po yung Mark.
In fairness, napansin na ni Paolo, no?
Boyfriend ko yan.
Yes, obviously. Hi, Paolo.
Hi, Paolo.
Nice meeting you.
Tumulong ka ba, Paolo, sa pag-setup nito?
Tuwisan ako.
Pinawisan. Paolo, akit ka nga.
Ikaw yung ka ba
Usap
dyan?
tayo.
Ano naman?
Sali ka nga.
Alam mo, ito yung gusto ko sa group natin. Totoong mga BLs to eh. Diba?
Totoo yan.
May Lance
Alam mo
and
yan.
Pietro, may Mark and Paolo, diba? May Louie and Mike, diba? May Gab and Maya. Sino pa bang meron?
Nico and...
Ha?
Ako wala ma'am. Wala.
Nico and dot.
Nico and himself. Ganyan.
Why not? Self-love. We're all for that.
Self-love.
True.
Love
true.
yourself, di ba? Hashtag pa yan.
Oo,
Yeah.
diba? Magpa-test na tayo. Love yourself. Charot lang.
Yes. Okay. Pakitanggal na yung comment. Ganyan.
Sorry, sorry.
Pao, maglagay ka ng ibang comment para iba naman
Nice
yung
meeting
maipakita
you,
namin.
Paolo.
Nice meeting you, Pao.
Yay!
Yan.
Hi. See you tomorrow.
What?
Ah,
O, ilagay
Sana
natin sa
all.
taas yan si Mark Pak. O, kilig.
Yan.
Yun.
Yan.
O, ano na?
Okay.
Wala, yun na yun. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
No, I was, siguro, a little bit of an update. In terms of the local
Yes.
naman. So, tonight, and I'm sure our audience, kung meron man, our audience knows that there are a couple of BLs that are premiering tonight. So, first
Yes.
off, it's the
Yes.
actual first episode of Gaya sa Pelikula, which premiered a few minutes ago. So, later on, I don't know if you guys are going to watch that tonight, but later on, I'm going to go and watch that, And also, 9 p.m. is going to be the 4th episode of Quarantines. Ayan. So, it's a very exciting night, I would say, kasi ang daming ganap. Tapos, syempre, nandito rin tayo. So, dagdag tayo dun sa mga kaganapan ng gabing to. Yan. Alright.
Yes.
So, gaya sa pelikula
That's
sa
ano.
is 8 p.m., no? Tama?
Sorry?
8 p.m. yung gaya sa pelikula.
8
Correct.
p.m. That's right. And of course, it is by Globe Studios, and it was written by Juan Miguel
Juan Miguel.
Juan Miguel
Severo.
Severo.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Mataas
So
expectations.
mataas ang expectations, and of course we have Quarantine starring Royce and Kyo. So that's also very actually I've siguro we can do another review with Quarantines about
Yeah.
Quarantines. But just top of mind, I like the series. I actually didn't expect that I would like it that
Me
much,
too.
but
Correct.
it surprised me. So maybe we can talk about it in another session.
Yan.
Yes,
True.
absolutely.
Okay.
At Mike, sobrang
Siguro with the
kumipit sa utak ko yung sinukuba na kanta nila doon. So, yung saan sinukuba na kanta.
Yes.
Akala ko salbakuta. Sorry.
It's a very nice song, actually. Parang may may tug ng heartstrings na nagaganap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ano
And with the international scene naman, no, since
Mm-mm.
we've mentioned na we have a lot of Filipino BLs na show tonight. We also
Yes.
have later I'm Team Me Too. We can all watch it on I Want. And
Oh yes,
this is-
right.
Oh my
and
God,
later also
Ano oras
the
to,
premiere
Mark?
of I think I'm Team Me Too is at 10:30 p.m. Manila time. So same time slot siya ni Still Together. And later then I'm not really sure kung what time, pero siguro mga bandang 11 ata in the in the Philippine time yung Friendzone 2. So if you haven't watched Friendzone yet, yeah, you should watch it. Oh my God, sobrang
11 p.m. to. Tama.
yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure, pero abangan na lang.
2 ba?
That's
Tama
right.
ba?
We can check it out. Mm-mm.
Yes.
Okay.
If I may
Perfect.
so add,
Yes.
IT meeting will be it's for free na sa I Want TV. So I Want TV announced it earlier. Kasi before it's only
Yay!
available for standard and premium subscribers. So
Okay.
ngayon
Yeah.
it's free for everyone.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Ang dami nating papanoorin, mama!
I know.
Walang talaga.
And
Tapos wala tayong internet.
ubusan tayo ng data
Ano
allocation,
naman?
di ba? My gosh. By the way, since you are mentioning the series, so hopefully, parang we can also do maybe a session about yung not specifically on the series themselves, but maybe issues that are covered by the series and maybe themes, right?
Yeah.
And maybe other concerns, especially recently, may mga lumalabas na mga di ba? Balitaktakan na nagaganap. So maybe we want to weigh in on that. But it's really, we'll see. Just throwing it out there. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Iba tong BBS, maraming sinasabi. I'm telling you. Yung mga
Actually,
viewers natin dyan, no? Marami po kaming sinasabi.
Hindi lang on air.
Oo.
Yes.
Bawat isa po sa amin dito, no? 7 po sa amin, marami pong sinasabi, I'm telling you. Yun lang.
Right.
Yes.
And, you know,
Minsan po
Rin,
napapa-Myers-Briggs din po kami.
Oo.
totoo
mga
yan.
ganon.
Diba?
Enneagram,
Correct.
Myers-Briggs, love language, pick one.
Kaasasa kami ng mga sarili
Right.
namin.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way,
and, you know, just like, go ahead, Nico.
Maya is in the background already, no?
Okay. Maya, come on.
Ayan.
Come on
Ano ba si
down.
Maya?
Pasok, Maya.
O, diba?
Pasok.
Dapat may lumabas na isa. So, feeling ko ako
Ako muna.
yun.
Ako
Sige,
na.
ikaw muna. Bakit? Asa ka
Patty.
pupunta, Patty?
Why?
Wala na talaga siya.
Where?
Yun na. Maya! Ayan!
Hello! Bakit may same hindi ko alam? Charot.
Maya, hindi mo
Hindi mo
nabasa.
ba
Lagyan namin sa
nabasa?
group chat.
Hindi ko nabasa. Oh my gosh.
Ay, okay lang yan. Okay lang, no problem.
Okay,
Next
so
time,
guys,
next time.
so we will start our review with a particular video. Can we start with the video?
Yes,
Right?
sure.
Kasi yun yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. So we'll start with the video na lang. Alright. So let me
Okay.
just set it up super quick. Pero I think napanood na natin tong clip na to sa isa sa episodes ng Sotus S. Buti na lang nakapasok si Maya. Maya, can you hear us? Me and everybody?
Yes.
Perfect!
Yes.
Sinwerte tayo sa ating internet. Gusto mo yon?
Salamat
Correct.
naman.
Both of us.
Oh, wait lang. Nawala ako bigla na. Sandali.
So, nauna po yung technical difficulty. Kesa...
Oo, nabati tuloy, Nico. Ano ba yan?
Huwag kasi binabate.
Ready to watch? Okay, let's watch this for about 2 minutes, 1 minute or so, and then let's review, okay? Here you
Okay.
go.
Bakit naging Bible kiss? Oh my God. Oh my God. Naya ka sa face ko. Yeah. Ay!
ให้ทำงานกันนะครับสำหรับใครที่เรียนอยู่ก็ตั้งใจเรียนนะครับ
Totoo ba to? Oh my gosh.
ขอให้วันเกิดปีนี้เนี่ย ร่างกายแล้วก็จิตใจนะ แล้วก็เตรียมพร้อมเต็มที่แล้วก็ลุยไปด้วยกันสู้
Susu.
Yeah!
Happy
birthday, Mom!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Budget natin. Tita
Yes!
Happy birthday!
Ibang level na kayo. May guesting na.
Oo!
Thank
Ayan,
you.
happy birthday, Uy, mag-message muna tayo kay Maya. Isa-isa tayo.
Ay, next
Definitely.
time nga. Bakit live?
Para debutant ang dating. Ganun.
Right.
May pa-eating candles.
Oo. Uy, Maya, naka-blue
Ganun na
talaga
yung
kami
text
ngayon para sa dark blue kiss.
Oo. Right.
Kasi ikaw ang dark blue kiss ng BBS.
Yun
I
na.
love it.
Diba? Oh, guys, go ahead. Any message for Maya?
Hindi ako na-start. Nag-unit ka na siya sa... Ay, go na.
Ne, sige. Naka-1G ka eh.
Nag-unit ka na siya sa IG. But yeah, I'm very grateful for the friendship. Actually, sa buong BBS. I love you guys. And happy birthday, Fee. Thank you for always parang accommodating my shiznits and whatnot. Kung pero nag-respond siya sa akin. So, thank you. Thank you for the friendship and happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, even at 2 a.m.
Yay. Ako naman, so Pimaya, siguro we've we've met several times, ba? And you've also been in my classes, pero I never expected that we would develop this kind of friendship. And I'm really thankful that because of this pandemic, one of the good things that came out of it was that we were able to develop this community and this group and this family, diba? So
Nice.
I got to appreciate you more because I see your passion for your work, your passion for what you do, and also your passion for
And for the boys.
diba? Correct, diba?
Passion
So
for the
parang
boys.
you were a pleasure to work with, but even more so to be with on these lives. So salamat sa friendship mo at saka yung pinagagawa mo para sa amin, all the posters and all the flowers and all of that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I just wish that you are able to accomplish all of your goals and dreams and that you achieve
Yes.
all your heart desires. So happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yes! Pwede ako mag-backstage, Nico, kung gusto mo.
Pati
Sige,
pa.
wala pa si Patty eh.
Okay. Sige, dito lang ako. Go, guys!
Okay pala, blue naman pala yung upuan ko. Medyo match siya.
Yes!
Yes.
Oo,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
nakiki-team ka naman.
That counts. True. At saka, berde yung dugo natin, Char.
Oh,
Pare-pareho din ang dumadali sa dugo.
Yung last greeter natin.
I would like to greet myself.
Ayun na.
Ronald! Hi! Ronald says,
Ayun.
happy birthday, Maya! Thank you, Ronald!
Yeah.
Thank you, Rona.
Oh,
Ronald, may
Ako na lang
message ka ba?
Ako na lang mag-greet next. Siguro to Maya, alam mo super, I just feel your passion in what you do, Maya eh. 'Di ba nung nasa ano na tayo, nasa BBS na tayo, parang hindi mo na kwento sa amin yung stress mo sa buhay and everything. Hindi ko na feel I just feel like you're just passionate and you're just having fun being in the BBS group. And then, alam mo yun, contagious yung passion mo eh, yung paggawa mo ng mga posters, na parang, hala, gumagawa sa lahat tayo, dapat gawa din, ganon. So I just
Pressure.
Ang ganda ng quality mo.
Pressure.
pero it's nice eh. Parang we need someone like Maya na super taas ng energy, na parang hindi napapagod, na very passionate eh.
Oo, alam mo yun.
Ongoing eh.
Energizer, bunny si Kuya.
Yes! As a super creative, siya pala yung marketing director namin, no, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, Maya, for being you. Thank you for being passionate. I really appreciate you as a friend. Di ba, magkasama kasi sila ni KP sa isang office eh, no? I thought kasi nung una, parang, wala siya sa class ko, but nami-meet ko siya sa hallway paminsan-minsan. But I just feel this connection na parang, oh my gosh, beshi cakes ko talaga to. Parang gano'n.
Yes! Hermana. Hermana.
Connection.
Hermana, oo. Sila nga, happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kapit ka.
Yes.
Wow.
Si Patty, ayan, siya talaga tong bruha, representative natin.
Make sure you pronounce the ha-ha, okay? Dapat ha-ha.
Oo. Ayan. So sabi ni Patty, thank you for the unexpected friendship this quarantine period. I miss feeling your energetic self in the office. Yes! Hoo. Happiest birthday, P. Maya. Si Patty.
If I may share, stress reliever ko yun si Patty. Kasi di ba adjacent before yung offices namin sa 8th floor. So kapag stress na ako dun sa area, bubuksan ko lang yung door sa tabi ni Patty. Tapos pag bungad ko si Patty,
kasi yun yung lisutan eh. Yun yung door dun, di ba?
Oo, tapos si Miss Cecil, for everyone's info, the Secretary of the President, naglagay ng sign na please do not enter. So ako yung labas ng labas, saka pasok ng pasok. Bahala kayo dyan. Pupunta ako si Patty.
Correct. That's reliever eh.
So kahit may storm yung President, go.
Yeah.
Lakas ni Patty.
Oo, powerful.
I'll go next.
Go.
Okay.
I'll go next. Hi, Maya.
Yes, sabi na.
Gusto ko yung intro eh.
Yung oo nga.
Kasi just like Ange and Maya, we're all from, ako na lang pala naiwan from the same department.
Ano, mama?
Wala.
I think it's a sign, Mark.
Anyway. Let's talk off camera.
Broadcast pala to, Mark. Sorry, I keep on forgetting.
Oh my God.
Basta yun. So, Maya and I have been in several projects naman together. So, we've worked together and I know how passionate Maya is work-wise. So, minsan, actually, if for the information of everyone, if Lance is the newbie right now, ako yung newbie before. Kasi ako yung pinasok lang ako ni Maya sa group. So parang ako, okay, sige. Okay. Tapos parang,
wala siyang choice. Parang ang bilis naman pangyayari after I message him, okay, welcome Mark, hello.
nagulat din ako. Parang when I asked him kung sino-sino yung nasa group and then ni-mention niya yung mga names, parang okay, kilala ko yung iba hindi, pero okay, sige, laban, pasok, ganyan.
And then it's only because we saw your post on the Polka fan meet. Tapos immediately after we message you, tapos yun na, welcome! Because of that.
So, ayun, since I've known Maya work-wise, na very passionate talaga siya sa work. So, minsan, to be honest, kapag nakikita ko yung mga posters, ako, hala, napapressure ako. Na parang, it's so admirable of him na despite the very busy schedule that he has in work, like, sa bahay, I'm sure, like, especially yung well-being din niya while we're all in the pandemic season, sana hindi na maulit. Pero, ayun, parang...
Sana wala lang season 2.
Yeah. The passion na nag-overflow kay Maya dun sa group natin. Parang nakaka-overwhelm in a good way. So, very, very thankful kami for your presence. And thank you so much for your overflowing creativity and being you as a person. So, ayun. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Maya.
Happy birthday.
Ako na yung last, most likely. So I'm the newbie nga, diba? Sabi nga ni Mark. And I haven't met all of you in person yet. I think I only met Nico in person so far. So hopefully I could meet all of you in person. That'd be great.
Yes.
Especially si Maya, because your energy from day one when I was watching the whole Bruhaha squad, tumatawid over the screen. So I could feel that passion, that creativity.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever shade, spectrum, color you throw, it's all there.
Yes, true.
So I hope you maintain that, especially I know I'm a creative soul as well. I hope you maintain your passion, your energy, and have moments wherein you could feel that energy back again. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here.
And thank you so much also for filling me with energy, guys, because it has been really practically sad season for everyone. But you make it less gloomy, you make it more warm and fuzzy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love the
everyone for your messages.
Virtual hug.
Ganun siya dapat.
May official
That wrap up our episode.
Butterfly.
Virtual hug. Kung confused talaga ako doon, lakas makawakanda doon, mama. Diba?
Chamina-mina.
Sorry. Ito na. Nakalat na tayo, no?
Ito na. Totoo na.
Totoo.
Ang daming delaying tactics. Inaantay ka namin. Kaya more usap sikahan na ewan.
Correct. Totoo kay Maya. Sabi ni Maya, hala, bakit dark blue kiss?
Okay. Gets niya kagad. Hindi naman yan, Sotus.
Hindi align sa theme, my gosh. We have to be thematic.
Speaking of theme, wait lang, before tayo mag-review, tignan natin yung mga papik ni Mark dyan. Yan yung kompleto sa theme natin.
Ayan,
Kalain mo.
Yan.
Yes.
Sorry.
At may screensaver si Mark.
Oo, di ba?
Ay,
Kung kapera ng TV, para lang dito.
Value.
Namin
At saka if I may, maraming pixels yung TV niya. Very defined.
Totoo, di ba? Oo.
Kita ko yung pores ni, kita ko yung pores ni Saintok even from here.
Grabe. Napaka-high def niyan.
Para hindi
May budget.
boring na background.
May budget.
May coins.
May friends ka na, girl.
By the way, someone's joining us in the comments. Hello! Sawadi!
Hello, Sawadi!
Hi, mahal!
Yes!
Isang BL na naman natin.
Ayan.
Teatro
Gusto mo
and Land. Pak.
Yes.
Yes. Lahat ng mga BL
Alrighty.
dyan. Sino pa na kayo dyan, ha? Ayun na.
Ito na.
Saan na tayo?
Okay na.
Go!
Ano? Ba't na lang nagsasalita?
Ito na. Ito-flash ko na. Ayan na.
Ayan. Siguro
Yeah.
we can start with all satisfiers muna or then delighters and bombers or gusto ba natin collective na? Siguro we can start with satisfiers muna, no?
Oo.
Sige, okay.
Sige.
Wait, pwede ako magsimula kasi feeling ko mawawala ako anytime.
Okay,
Nararamdaman
go.
ko talaga ko. Siguro parang overall, I will not be very specific because I'll leave it up to you guys kasi you guys are so specific with the episodes and the scenes eh. Siguro I super, at the beginning, pinanood ko sa yung Sotus and then Sotus S, tinuloy ko talaga siya eh. Nasabi ko kay Mike, meron palang Sotus S, panoorin ko na to. So tuloy-tuloy na akong ganyan. And then, I didn't like it so much nung first few episodes because it was, the episodes were kind of familiar and it sort of bored me kasi parang trabaho eh, 'di ba? Parang it didn't make me feel young or it didn't really show me something. Alam ko na ganun na nangyayari sa trabaho. But towards the end, nung katagalan, natuwa na ako talaga. And then I think I did say this to Mike na naiyak ako din sa isang scene na yung nasa stage na sila and then parang last day na ni Singto and then the other intern doon, they were playing the piano and then nag-speech sila. And then parang, di ba parang tumakbo si, what's his name again? Si Chris.
Artie.
Artie, parang he was on stage. And parang he finally declared his love for him. So doon ako naiyak na parang, ang thought process ko at that time, parang kailangan ba talagang mahirapan ang tao to declare his love for his partner, di ba? Parang to go through that process. Doon ako natuwa sa scene na yon specifically. Naging specific din pala ako, ano ba yun? Basta overall, gusto ko yung Sotus S because there was a balance of school and then work life eh. Parang it transitioned from school life to work and then work back to school. Parang may ganong balance. Doon ako natuwa sa series. Yun lang.
Ayun. I'd like to... Okay, go.
Actually, same kami ni Pili. I got bored in the first few episodes. But, Satisfier for me, I think na-mention ko rin nung review natin nung Sotus. I liked their approach more in terms of the hazing thing. It's acceptable siya for me. And yeah, I also like the fact that parang they showed both yung school na concept and yung office. Parang mas relatable siya talaga for me compared to season 1. So, yung Satisfier ko talaga was parang generally lang, I liked it more compared to Sotus. And because yeah, it's more relatable, office setting siya, ano pa ba? Yun lang yung naisip ko ngayon. Pero yun yung Satisfier ko.
Yan, thanks, Pianj. Yung Satisfier ko naman, it's basically, nag-expand kasi yung world ng Sotus eh. Kasi in the first season, it was just about school, di ba? And then yung second season, parang medyo nag-expand pa. Although the school and uni setting is still there, meron na rin corporate setting. So parang nag-transition siya in a way, which I like. Which is also a Satisfier because it's something that you would expect from a season 2, di ba? Parang it's not exactly the same thing. So something has to change, di ba? So number one, yun, di ba? Another satisfier for me is still yung chemistry between the two leads because I feel na nandun pa rin siya. Parang may magic pa rin siya. Tapos alam mo yun, pag may mga moments sila together, may kilig pa rin, di ba? And also a satisfier for me would be yung mga yung mga side couples as well. Natuwa rin ako sa kanila, in fairness. Alam ko yun. Si Day, at saka oh my God, I forgot the guy's name. Basta si Fiat, at saka si Wajun. Tama ba?
Wajun.
Yeah, natuwa ako sa kanila. At saka I keep remembering him as P-Dim. Si P-Dim, at saka si Nai. From, I think he's from Waterboy too, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Hi, Patty! Ayun. So,
Happy birthday, Maya!
Ayan, okay. Ayan, sige. Before I lose my train of thought, Patty, satisfying para sa akin yung side couples, diba? Also, ayan, wala yung train of thought ko.
No, it's okay. You were talking about that.
It's okay.
Wajun and Fiat.
Right, exactly.
Tapos si P-Dim.
Right. And also, satisfier for me, yung sinabi rin ni Pianj, I wanted to piggyback off of that, na the hazing was, changed a little bit. Well, we already had an inkling based on the last few episodes in Sotus na Kong Pub was gonna change things. So I was expecting that he would do that, and since I saw it, and it happened in Sotus S, satisfier yun para sa akin. So, I think that's it for now. Thank you, guys. Patty, continue your message.
Wala. Actually, I was just supposed to say happy birthday, Maya. No, I'm having problems with both my laptop and whatever. Anyway, so kumusta naman ang birthday mo, Maya?
Thank you. I had a lot of meetings, unfortunately. I wasn't, but it's okay. It was super fun. No, that was super funny because I was trying to go on stealth mode in the office. I didn't tell them it's my birthday. Kaso, parang somebody in our Viber group with an external partner who happens to know me from before greeted me. So nalaman ng buong office na, happy birthday! Okay.
How about, so Patty, would you like to go next and provide your satisfiers?
Sige. Okay, for me, siguro satisfier. I like how Arthit was able to portray, Chris actually was able to portray his beginnings in the corporate world. It's very realistic. Parang I saw myself in him when he was starting. Yung parang nangangapa pa siya, and then I love how he was able to portray na parang he's someone who is a student leader, someone who is excelling at school back in college, and then suddenly when he went to the corporate world, parang oops, teka, it's not all that pala. Parang there's still a lot more to learn. And then he was able to discover na it's not all rainbows and butterflies in the corporate world. So I love that. I love how Chris was able to portray it very realistically. And yung mga struggles nila ni Kongpod, knowing that nasa school pa si Kongpod and then si Arthit was already working. So I also love how they were able to present yung struggle na yung isa estudyante, yung isa nagtatrabaho na, yung ganon. Kasi even if they have like 2 years gap lang, sobrang laking impact when someone is already working and the other one is still in school. Kasi iba yung priorities, iba how they see things and all that. So that's a satisfier for me.
Sige, I'll go next. My satisfier, kasi you mentioned a lot already, so I think I'll just add on to what you've said. I think for me, I agree with the corporate world, yung parallelism between the school and the corporate world. That's one thing. That's a big satisfier for me. And the second would be, they still maintain the diverse cast they had from Sotus to Sotus S. You'd see people like P. Green, the manager ng QC department, the one handling the milk tea, the ones ordering the milk tea. You'd see different faces, different shapes, different sizes of people working in the environment. Pati yung matatlong babae nag-checkahan na with a full-on happy foundation day. So you'd see people like that. So it's as diverse as that. So yun lang, that's my biggest satisfier for Sotus S.
Ang daming familiar faces, no? Si P. Green.
Sobra.
Yeah.
Green.
And super satisfied also that they still brought back some of the characters from Sotus, even if for cameo roles,
Yeah.
diba? Especially the Mercado of RTA, diba? Even if they introduce new characters, you still maintain the old ones. So parang it gives you like familiar feelings all over again.
Continuity pa rin sila.
Ano?
May continuity pa rin with the story. At least they're still tied in with the old and the new stories.
That's true. That's true.
And it's okay,
That's the thing also.
sa kanila naghahanap pa ng work. Yung mga fresh
Correct. Tapos yung iba nagkaroon ng small business like Bright. So it's super relatable, especially for young professionals like us. Young professionals.
Congrats! Fresh
Correct. Sige, ako minor thing lang. As a satisfier for me will be the soundtrack. I agree with you all. Those are really satisfiers. So they maintain the style of the soundtrack wherein they had the rock music at the start. So it's actually catchy. It's not nice, but it's catchy. Parang it's just some of the songs that just makes you feel the feels. Diba? Parang hindi siya talaga maganda, but when you hear it, it makes you feel triggered, especially as a BL fan, especially as a Sotus S fan. And when you listen to it all over again, parang, oh my gosh, it brings back a lot of familiar feelings. Tapos, super cute din na ginawa nilang parang pabebe theme, yung parang xylophone, something, which which they play back during the killing scene. So, it's a super duper nice thought. Again, for me, the music really gives a lot of difference to the show, and it did, especially for Sotus S.
Wow. Nice, Maya. Good observation.
Okay.
Is it Mark?
Ako naman, yeah. So, satisfier for me, siguro, actually, I agree with Ange earlier, Ange and Nico earlier, na medyo naboringan ako sa first few episodes. Siguro, meron sila nung new season blues pa on how they connect the story with the first season. Pero I think, if I'm not mistaken, episode 4 onwards, doon na ako mas na-hook. Especially nung nasa beach scene. Nasa beach scene talaga. Beach scene. Sorry. So yun.
Siyempre may beach scene talaga. Hindi mawawala yun.
Yes. Yung element ng water is very important for Thai BL production. So nandun yung beach. And as you've also observed, I think you've also observed then the name of the company is Ocean Electric. So that's a satisfier din for me kasi it connects to their hindi naman pledge pero to their
identity,
likeness. Yeah, like they want to connect to the water element. Pero anyway, another satisfier for me would be, aside from the kilig part of all the scenes of Chris and Cinco as Art Hit and Kongpom, satisfier din for me as you've all mentioned earlier is kung paano nag-connect yung work setup with the studying setup, the school setup na it's very it's very relatable kasi we've all been there. We've all been to the position and the situation where we don't know what we're doing at work. It's like we've all been to the situation na lahat tayo nangangapa na parang you're doubting yourself. Na parang I used to be so good at school. What happened?
Parang that's what you're feeling right now. And you're
So that's what makes it so relatable for me. Especially nung napanood ko siya. Hindi naman ako newbie sa work when I've watched Sotus S. No? Pero since recent years lang siya, so the feelings and the memory is still fresh. So it's very relatable for me, especially nung naghahanap si Art Hit ng work, and then nung nakahanap na siya, and then nung nagsa-start siya, na parang he used to excel at school. And then, very relatable din for me is kung paano, kasi, paano ba to? Ako din, kasi very similar for me yung situation. I used to be a student while my partner is already working. So that's what makes it more relatable for me then. Kasi,
oh my God.
Totoong Sotus S to.
Nag-intern ka din sa office.
Ayun, no.
Hindi eh.
Nag-office romance din kayo.
So, ayun. So,
Sotus M for Mark.
wala. Sotus S. And another
Sotus
satisfier
O,
for me
kasi
is
nag-S.
another satisfier for me is they stayed true to the meaning of Sotus, and they stayed true to the meaning of the gear. So, episode 4 onwards, I think dun na mention yung gear element sa Sotus S. So parang dun ko mas nakita na they did not make tapon na lang of the first season and start anew. Kasi may raming series na ganun nagkakaroon ng sequel pero may inconsistencies with stories. So I think Sotus S naging naman sila consistent with the storyline na pinick up lang nila from Sotus, which is I think a very good thing to do kasi na rin kung how to sorry. Nagkaka-technical difficulty yung TV.
Bagong-bago kasi. Char.
Yeah, charot lang. As ayun, another satisfier for me is I think episode 12. Although hagulgul talaga ako dun yung sa auditorium. Pero it's a very good scene.
Yes.
And especially yung mga dialogue and yung script, yung lines, yung pasok, parang it goes straight to you Especially yung one of the scenes, I think it's from an earlier episode when Kong Pob asked Arthit kung gaano ba kalayo ako dapat sa'yo para hindi na kita mabody. Sabi ko, oh my God!
Correct.
Shit. Hanggang ngayon, nag-goosebumps pa din ako kasi it's very relatable.
Yes.
Na parang if you keep on chasing someone, parang
The dialogue was, di ba, parang nag-away kasi, hindi naman nag-away, pero because of binibigyan ni Kong Pob si Artit ng pagkain, tapos nagalit si Artit, di ba? And then after that buffet scene or shabu-shabu, parang naglalakad si Artit and he looks back and he asks, why are you walking so slowly? And then Kong Pob says, well, I don't know how far I should be from you.
Oh,
Or something like that.
So
how far I should stay away from you. Anyways.
Yeah, I think parang if you will look at it in an objective perspective, there's really nothing special. It's just that it's so relatable. That's what makes people get hooked in watching the series. Parang you'll not mind the medyo boring episodes on the first few parts of the series. Pero kapag you've heard some relatable lines kasi parang it draws you into watching more and more and more. So parang honestly for me, kinulang ako sa 13 episodes kasi I wanted more.
Okay.
Pero ayun, again, while I wanted more, very satisfied naman ako with how the story ended. I don't know if magkakaroon ng continuation. I hope so. Pero I'm very satisfied naman on how episode 13 ended. So that's my satisfier. Those are my satisfiers. Ang dami ko pala sinabi, so.
Okay lang yun. Actually,
okay lang yan. Bilang ikaw ang resident critic.
Because of what you said,
Later.
I remember because you mentioned na parang there was continuity. And remember, in Sotus, binigay ni Kong Pob yung gear niya kay Artit, di ba? And then, in this season, parang there was a girl who was sort of like, had a crush on Kong Pob, di ba? And she tried to give him her gear. So parang may ganun din na pagpasa ng gear. Pero syempre, yung response ni Kong Pob, which I really, really like, was, well, I'm already taking off someone else's gear. So, sorry girl. Anyways, parang ganun. Diba? May continuity nga. Tapos, I also like, when you guys mentioned it, diba? Parang yung corporate environment na tama, parang when we are thrust into that environment, there are new things. And Arthit went through that, but it also showed the reality that people can be really selfish and let's say annoying, and alam mo yun, yung mga pabida na type of employees, yung tipong they're gonna go out of their way to be successful at the expense of others, di ba? So parang there was a problem there with products. Yeah, yung mga bagay. Anyways, so that's gonna be further on, but I'm just saying na maraming pinakita na nangyayari naman sa corporate world. Yun.
That's true. Very accurate. At may pa-t-shirt ang team building nila.
Oo nga.
Sana.
Nakakatawa nga eh. Sana.
Kailangan may
Sana all.
That shirts and their team building. It's such an Asian
Correct.
thing to do.
Actually, ang saya nun, no? Gusto ko yan.
If I may
And also,
just
if I may
say-
add, no?
Ay, sige.
Ay, sorry.
Pangahan.
Sige.
Tatanong lang talaga ako.
Go.
Mark,
Go,
pink
Patty.
milk ba yung iniinom mo?
Ha?
Yeah.
Pink milk, yes.
Wala siya kanina.
Oo nga eh.
Ay, sorry.
Oo nga pala.
Magaling yung art
Yeah,
director
pink,
niya.
pink,
Saktong-sakto.
And yung,
Ano yan?
hello.
Ayun.
Yes?
Thank you for
Yes,
calling. Yeah.
Parang inbox.
I
Alright.
just want to add to what I said earlier, no? Kasi we've recently talked about our love languages. Kung paano tayo mas nakaka-appreciate and kung paano natin binibigay yung ating love for each other. It's very evident with Sotus S on how important it is to know your partner's love language and to know your own love language as well. Kasi
True.
yun yung isa sa mga reasons kung bakit nagkaroon ng main conflict si Art Hit and si Kong Pop is, I don't know, hindi nila siguro masyadong I don't want to say that they don't, I don't want to say that they don't know each other's love languages, just that they did not align. Align talaga, very corporate setting talaga tayo.
Walang alignment.
Or,
Or hindi nila na-align.
or they weren't thrown in the situation
May
they
subtitle
wouldn't find
bigla,
out.
nagulat ako.
Sorry,
Yeah.
parang kasi we're thrown in
And-
a situation.
That they weren't parang allowed to grow na ganun. Parang kasi they got too comfortable. For me, parang you're used to seeing someone every day for their personal life. You use that person na ganito lang siya. But when you get into the corporate world, like yung theme nga nila with Sotos, you change afterwards. Diba?
Right.
Right.
And also, I think Kong Pop was, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt naman. Kasi he's not yet familiar with how it is to adjust from student life to work life. Parang the difficulty and the differences of environment and everything that Art Hit was experiencing nung time na yun, hindi pa na-experience ni Kong Pop. So I think that's one thing then na maganda with Sotus S kasi nagbigay sila ng fresh view on how relationships work regardless if 2-year gap lang sila, pero kasi one is in another chapter of his life and then the other has moved on to another chapter of his life. So that's really an interesting take on a BL series. Sobrang daming life learnings ng Sotus S. I know you all agree.
That's true.
Actually, yun yung delighter ko.
may
And we're going there. Yun yung delighter ko. Yung life learnings nila.
That's true. And very practical also.
Oo.
Yeah.
So are we moving on
And
to
if
the
I may
light?
add,
Ayun, mag-add si Maya.
Dagdag
Go,
ako.
Maya. Go, Maya.
Oh, sige, birthday mo.
Hindi, sorry.
Ikaw magtawid.
Hindi,
Maya ka magtawid from satisfied to delighter.
Sige. Somewhat delighter na rin in a way because most of the DLs have a parent issue side of the story. I thought that it was gonna go to that route kasi when Kong Pop's dad appeared into the picture to help them with the project, I thought there was going to be like a parent issue that's going to come into play. Pero good thing hindi din. So they just focused on the corporate setting and their problem as a couple within the corporate setting. So yun lang. Buti na lang di sila lumihis to that route. Okay, let's move on to the lighters.
Sure.
Actually, kala ko nga rin yung girl, yung freshman would be another yung BL trope with the girls na nangyayari.
Right.
Sa masisira ng relationship. Naging toxic siya, but no. Buti na lang hindi.
No.
Correct.
Pero she could have. I mean, she's
Yeah, she could have.
gifted. She's gifted. Charot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasa gifted kasi
Yung
yung
freshman na
girl.
girl.
Ay, oo, no?
Si
She's the one with
Kaupang.
Yeah, she's the one with the strength and the...
Yeah, super strength.
Correct. Ayan, okay. Side comment lang. So, are we moving on to the next one?
Oh.
Yeah.
The writers. Okay, so I think Maya, you started off a little.
I can start it if you want. I can continue na lang or
Lance.
yeah,
Which one?
actually one of the biggest
Wala kayo?
delighters. I can start na. One of the biggest delighters was the life lessons. I mean, there were a lot of quotable quotes you could throw in. And I like the impact they do also when they quote the quotable quotes at the end. It's a good touch. It's a finisher as well. You get to remember what is the main quote of the story as well. I like how they tied in the biggest delighter for me is how they tied in the parallelisms between the school life and in terms of storytelling, yung parallelisms of school life and corporate. Like each episode had the similar themes. They're all tied in together in some way. Like when Artit was starting in the school life, in work life, freshmen were starting in the school life, etc., etc. I also like a major delighter for me would be all the symbolisms thrown in there, from the gear combined together, the pink milk, the ball pen. Especially in ball pen, that was a big thing for me when she throw it away, but artist says no. Because for me, it felt like that's how you treat a relationship. I mean, P Earth would throw something away, or that's how she felt maybe during her relationship with the other guy who left. Now she felt maybe she was thrown away, like the ball pen. And then while Arthit would use and keep the ball pen no matter, even if it feels na wala nang tinta. So those symbolisms. And you could also see the links of people through the pink milk from P Earth to Arthit and to who's the other guy, the one who calls Mr. Sun? The new guy. Si Todd.
Super delighter si Todd. Ang cute niya.
It's passed on from one person to another. So parang it's like, for me, it's like they're open to that idea of what the pink mill represents as a symbol as well. Because those are symbols ng Sotus din for me. And I also like the biggest delighter then was the transition from the Sotus initials to share.
Yes.
Kasi it reflected what society is going through in Thailand right now, especially with opinions from the dean of the people, opinion a day. Because they're reflecting the new Thailand about Sotus.
Yeah.
Yun lang.
So from outdated, mas naging modern, di ba? Cool. Maya. Ano naman?
Sige. Super delighter for me yung bonus episodes at the end. Parang it's something that you look forward to at the end. Especially if you are a Kongfog or Deep fan, if you're a fan of their couple. So parang it's something that you look forward to at the end. And sometimes even if the episode ends on a sad note, parang there's always that light feeling at the end because of the bonus episode. So it's like even if you feel sad, you're going to be like, okay, I'm busog na, I'm fine. Yes.
I'm busog.
Oo, kasi buffet ka ba? Oo, parang okay na, naka-buffet na ako. Kasi di ba minsan yung cut ng episode at the end, di ba sometimes it's so bitten na parang it's such a cliffhanger that you want to move on to the next. But sometimes because of the closing episode, they have the light music and then they just have the light scenes between the two couples. Parang yes, it's okay, you feel good again. Okay, yeah, I'm busog. And si Todd din pala, si Todd nakakabusog. Sana magkaroon siya ng sarili niyang BL soon.
Why not, di ba?
Parang hindi pa na siya nakikita no?
Oo nga, parang wala siyang
parang dito lang siya.
Si Cole Sprouse. He's so cute.
Oo, kamukha niya. Hawig niya. Asian version.
Oh, girls.
Okay, for the lighters, I was actually supposed to say yung sinabi ni Pinaya kanina, yung bonus scenes. But another delighter I found in the series is P-Earth. I know P-Earth's role. For some reason, kasi parang feeling ko...
Actually,
Oo, parang initially kasi si P-Earth, I was thinking na baka
siya yung
confident na siya yung kontrabida, siya yung party kasi diba parang initially hindi niya pinapansin si Artit. Parang taray-taray siya kay Artit. Pero eventually, when they started working for a project, diba parang mas naging close sila. And yun na to the point na parang si Kongpog, parang pagseselosan pa niya. Remember when P-Earth called art hit Ayun.
Ayun.
Tapos parang
Ayun.
si Kong, Ayun, diba? Tapos parang si Kong, parang, uy, paano nalaman niya? Parang ganon, diba?
Correct.
So,
Tapos
parang,
ballpen lang pala.
tapos ballpen lang pala kasi nakita lang sa ballpen. diba?
In-engrave niya, di ba?
Oo. Tapos, apparently, isa pa pala si P-Earth sa mga unang nakaramdam na there's something between Gongpo and art hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Diba?
Eh, kasi naman, usually pag dumarating siya, nandun yung dalawa. Ang closey-closey, di ba?
Correct. Diba? Yung sa car pa.
True.
Oo, tsaka yung sa
Yeah.
factory visit, di ba?
Oo. So, yun. Ay,
Harutan kasi ng harutan yung dalawa.
Nahuli tuloy.
Oo, grabe. Ang harot.
Harot.
Oo. So, for some reason, I find P-Earth a delighter in the series. Medyo hindi ko siya in-expect actually. Pero natuwa ako. And at the same time, nabigyan din siya ng justice because initially, di ba parang nireject niya si Todd and then later on, binigyan niya naman ng chance. So, ang cute lang. Ang cute lang. And hindi siya toxic din sa story. I felt
That's
that. Kasi
true.
parang,
Yes.
yung sa
That's
beach
true.
na siya, parang, di ba, they are supposed to, yung sa team building, parang they're supposed to do something good for one person.
Body.
Yung body nila. And then, nabunot ni Compo si P-Earth. And tama ba? Parang ganun,
Oo.
di ba?
Yes, oo.
Yes.
Okay. So, yun. And then, sinabi ni P-Earth na parang she knows what's going on between Compo, etc. And she was very supportive all throughout. So, natuwa ako sa kanya. She's a delighter for me.
Ako naman, I would also agree with P. Maya na P. Todd is a delighter, but maybe in a different sense. Kasi ang nangyari, there was a photo that circulated, it was in the company chat, etc. And then when PR Tit was feeling really low, parang P. Todd was the one to speak out talaga. Parang said na parang, hey, you know what, I can relate eh. Kasi when I got in here, I was a newbie and people were talking shit about me because they said na I got in because of my connections. But I didn't really listen to what they said because I know who I am and I know what I am capable of. So parang ikaw rin naman eh. Parang don't mind what other people say. Parang what's more important is what the people you love and what they say. Parang ganun, di ba? It's importante yon. So parang ako naman, words of wisdom from a zygote. Alam mo yon? Parang, that was so heartwarming. Tapos another thing is really the declaration. That's
Same.
for me. The declaration, di ba? Kasi
Yes, of course.
He did that. He got up in front. He went up there, microphone and all, in front of the entire company, and then declared his. Finally, di ba? He declared his love for Tom. Kasi from the beginning of the series, di ba? Parang it's always been Kong Pog who's saying na, I love you. Tapos parang he doesn't really say it or he rarely says it. So for him to actually say it and for other people to witness it was a huge, huge thing. Di ba? Tapos, medyo nag-ano na rin yun eh. Nag-translate na rin to him holding Kong Pog's hand nung pauwi na sila. Diba? Naglalakad. Tapos siya yung unang humawa. And then he even took a photo of their hands clasped together and then made it Kong Pog's with wallpaper. So that, diba? Yung mga little touches na gano'n eh. Parang, woo! Nakakainis. Never mind. I-playback mo na lang. I-upload na. Alam mo yun, yung mga ganung bagay. Tapos, yun nga, natuwa rin naman sa mga side couples. Diba? Kasi parang, may level of killing. Alam mo yun? Parang, which is not something that I experienced. I don't remember. So, ibig sabihin, I didn't really experience it in the first season. Yung mga side couples, parang meh. Alam mo yun? Especially friend zone girl. Alam mo yun? So, parang, ngayon, mas maraming reasons to be kilig. And, yun yung delighter ko. Ano pa ba? Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. Kaya.
Ako na lang ata. Actually, na-mention na lahat. Wala na akong masabi. Joke. But actually, the main delighter for me was Artita lang. Artita. Anyway, siya yung main delighter. Because I actually hated him during season 1. He's a attitude, parang nakakainis. But for season 2.
Bebe ba masyado?
Yes. And ang attitude niya.
Pa-hard to get pa. Bibigay din pala.
Correct.
Matigas kunwari.
Sulit niya.
With the lighters pa tayo, ha?
Yeah, but for season 2, the soft side, and then parang for parang sweet acts or the sweet moments. That's why, yeah, it's really nice to see him na parang parang softer na side niya. Ano pa ba? Yeah. Na-mention na rin kasi side couples, yun actually din yung the lighters ko. Parang hindi pilit na pinag-pair yung mga side couples nila. Parang they took time then to give focus on the parang how the story goes for the side couples. And I really got kilig with what's his name? Again, si Owajon, sobrang crush ko siya. Tsaka si May.
Yes, cute.
Si Chu.
Oh.
Cute na
That's
lang.
true. Yes. Soon happens.
Sana magkaroon din sila ng own BL nila. Kasi parang
Or at least another
GMM
BL.
yeah, parang I think sa GMM, yung mga side couples nila, they don't give chance na for parang a main
Yeah.
Very
side
seldom,
couples.
no?
Oo. So, yan. Yun yung the lighter for me. And yung scene na din na nag-confess siya. Which is si Artit din. Kaya si Artit talaga yung main delighter sa Sotus S. Yung dun sa from season 1 to season 2. Na-appreciate ko. So, yun.
Yay! How about si Nico? Nico, yung
Ako.
manawiin?
Ay,
Ay,
sorry.
si Mark muna.
Mark,
Si
Mark, Mark. Go, Mark.
Sorry. Well, ano lang, very quick lang, no? Pero I know hindi magiging quick to kasi madaldal ako. Pero
Sige
anyway.
lang.
Sige lang, go.
Yung first delighter for me, parang ano siya, kanina inisip ko siya, if it's whether it's a satisfier or a delighter. Pero sige, delighter na lang. So yung sa beach scene na akala ni Kong Pom hindi darating si Arthit. And then, bigla siya dumating, nadala-dala niya yung
Yes.
ang tawag dito? Drink. Yeah, sobrang delighter din for me kasi parang he drove all the way. Nag-taxi ba siya? Or anyway, basta nag-effort siya pumunta doon para i-witness yung isang momentous stage. Yeah. Ay, oo, yeah. So,
Pinatay siya
sobrang,
ni Bright,
ano
diba?
nun, ang effort noon na parang someone would really step out of their way and go out of their way to do that for you, to witness a momentous event in your life. Kasi yun yung stamp ng ng kanyang pagiging head hazer, 'di ba? So parang it's a very I feel very delighted habang pinapanood ko yung scene na yon. And then another would be actually hindi ko rin alam kasi a lot of people would think na it's needless to put in the kwento na si Kong Pob is sa Ocean Electric din nag-internship. Pero for me, it's a delighter kasi parang if hindi nangyari yon, hindi mag-bridge kasi in a real world setting, the internship period is what bridges your student life to the work life. So parang medyo magiging medyo hindi magiging smooth yung transition for me if hindi siya doon nag-internship. Kasi doon mo makita na from a student, magta-transition siya into a work setup din. So parang doon mas nag-relate yung kwento ni Arthit at ni Kongpo. Parang pili ko yun yung middle ground nilang dalawa. Kung saan mag-meet yung perspectives nila na kailangan mangyari yon. Kasi I've seen a lot of reviews na they weren't happy daw with the idea na doon din what do you call this, like internship si Kong Pop. Kasi in a real world setting, it's less likely to happen. Na parang, if you will really put it in what happens to normal people, it's kind of less likely to happen na your partner will really hide it from you na doon siya mag-internship sa company ko saan ka nag-work. Yeah. Pero for me, it's necessary for the story. For the sake of the story, it's necessary for me. So, delighter siya at hindi siya satisfied. And lastly, siguro si Earth. Kasi parang super mysterious niya noong una nung parang hindi niya pinapansin si Arthit, Tapos kapag tinatawagan siya ni
Snobbish
Arthit,
ka, di ba?
yeah, na parang, nung tinawagan siya or tinext siya ni Arthit asking for the number of the past employee, na parang medyo snobbish yung dating, na parang bakit niya hinihingi, ganyan. So parang ako noon na medyo nasa standoff-ish ako sa kanya. Pero, again, that's what also makes it relatable kasi sometimes it happens in the real world setting, in a corporate setting na may mga tao sa work na hindi ganun ka openly accepting or hindi ganun ka, what do you call this, ka-expressive towards welcoming
Right.
other people, unlike
Right.
the other character, the short-haired girl. He's coming to me din. So, ayun.
Right.
So, napansin ko lang din na, the secretary. So,
Yeah.
that's what also makes it relatable for me. Parang yung small details kasi, parang feeling ko nga while watching Game Boys, medyo nakikita ko kay Game Boys yung formula somehow ni Sotus S. Kasi the small details matter. Diba? Parang, you can see with the production of Sotus S na the way they incorporated very small details to add to the bigger picture of what they want to present to the audience. It's very effective. I mean, sometimes hindi, sometimes pero all in all, I was very satisfied din naman. Or I was very delighted. Kasi delighter. I was very delighted with the incorporation of the small details dun sa overall flow of the story. And then lastly na ba ako? Pero last na talaga. So, again, yung mga special scenes, kasi I think it's very necessary to put the special scenes there, yung just to bridge the gap of the 2-year time hop.
That's
kasi
true.
parang
That's true.
Yeah.
And what happened between the
Kasi
two of them.
Kasi if they didn't do it, medyo blank yung time in between, na parang they can just throw anything and we will just accept it, na parang, okay, baka ganito yung nangyari the past 2 years. Pero the fact that they took their time to put the special scenes there at the end of each episode, it shows na they really planned it all throughout. They thought of the story, as in, hindi nila pinatse-patse na per episode, then let's find out what will happen next. Parang buo yung kwento na ginawa nila for us. For us talaga, Tari, and tight yun. Pero yun, those are my delighters.
Papasok na ako. Ayun na.
Ayan, Nico is back. Hello, Nico.
Ayun, so
Welcome back. Your internet is cooperating.
I know. So habang meron pa, ang gagawin ko, share ko na lang yung delighters and bombers ko para transition na tayo to bombers. Para masabi ko na lahat. Ayan, so, I think you've pretty much said everything naman, no? Like specifics, general, and everything. Para sa akin siguro, impact lang. For delighters siguro, from acting, I like how the characters develop dito sa Sotus S compared to Sotus, I guess. Kasi, may layer na of like work life and then campus life Nagkaroon ng opportunity yung dalawang characters to really change and evolve. And nagkaroon ng impact sa akin, especially yung satisfier ko when they were on stage, when Artit declared his love for Kong Pop, diba? So parang yung major change na yun really mattered to me in the story. Yung Bomber naman, sige, transition na tayo to Bomber para masabi ko na lahat. Yan, I'll be the first one. For Bomber naman, nasabi ko na rin siya kanina, medyo nabagalan talaga ako na parang yung mga establishing episodes were kind of stretched too long or too far for me. Na parang, nagets ko na yung first 2 episodes. Yes, nagets ko na parang na-establish na yung kwento. Parang hindi na kailangan sigurong masyado pang na-stretch. Nabagalan talaga ako. Na parang, ano na naman to? Diba? Parang it was just stretched too long, too far. Parang hindi na ako masyado na-excite ng first few episodes. Yun lang. Pero other than that, natuwa naman ako sa series. Yun lang. I'll bring back Mike. Bye-bye!
That was fast.
Grabe.
Take advantage talaga yung internet habang nandun. Talaga, okay.
Sige. Okay muna guys, go.
Super bomber sa akin si Pidor yan. Because I know chismis is something very juicy to all of us, but I think it's really sensitive when you're outing someone, especially if they're not out. Parang, oh my gosh, I think
Yeah.
making chismis about random things is different from outing someone. And outing someone, oh my gosh, it can be negatively life changing for another person. And of course, that's too personal for that person. And I think I don't want for anyone to feel that way, especially in the office, diba? Especially your personal preference is something that's close to your heart, and for your chance to be able to tell personally to the people close to you, robbed from you by another person because you were outed without your consent. Diba? Oh my gosh, that can be super duper devastating. And I'm just happy that Arte and Kongpop embrace it positively. But still, I mean, my gosh, Pidoyan is still a bummer. It's not her story to tell, so she doesn't have a right to out anyone. Yes.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, I was gonna add to what you said. No, parang for me, I felt bummer siya for me in a different sense, because I felt the outing. Ala,
Si Dorian nga.
Oh,
out
that's
niya,
Pidoyan.
yung pag-out niya was a plot
plot
necessity.
device.
Plot
Yeah.
device. Yes, thank you. It was a plot device, right? So, but bummer siya for me kasi parang I felt na parang hindi nagkaroon ng hustisya, na parang hindi walang repercussion kay P. Durian yung paggawa niyang gano'n. Remind me if I'm wrong,
Yes,
ha? Pero
wala.
parang at saka, parang ano lang, parang okay, she outed someone and then that's it, nothing happened to her. Alam mo yun, parang
Kasi
wala
nag-give lang siya agad ni RT. Parang,
Oo.
exactly,
Yeah.
parang naging nag-smile-smile
Parang
pa,
walang
di ba? Nung
remorse
kinuha
from
niya yung
respect.
parang ano. Exactly, right? So parang yun yung bummer for me. Parang it was more of the treatment of the consequences or lack thereof. Which is also
You want to have a revenge.
I want that.
Sort of, yeah.
Alam mo yun, same feeling that I have, well, no, not same feeling as Star and Type. Pero, you know, you get the pattern eh. Parang people do shitty things, but then they don't, well, maybe they don't own up to it. And they don't become accountable for it. So that's a bummer for me. Which brings me to my second bummer, which is si Secretary. Di ba?
Yeah.
Siya rin siya eh. Natanggal yung isa, si P. John.
Si John.
John.
Pero siya,
Yeah.
anong nangyari? Wala. She basically faked documents. That's forgery. Diba? So why are you still in the company? Or even if you weren't removed, or code of ethics yan eh. Code of ethics, dapat tanggal ka eh. Diba? Kasi may ginawa ka na mali talaga eh. So that's another bummer for me.
Yeah.
This is what I find wrong with a lot of BLs. Eh. Parang they do something which even tantamount to criminal activity, but then parang there's no actual recompense for it. Alam mo yun? So parang it's all swept under the rug. You know, parang it's glossed over with a smile and a friendship. Para friendship continues. Parang no, bitch, you should be what? Diba? You should pay for what you did, but no. Alam mo yun? Yung
Yeah.
So, yeah, yun yung bummer for me. That's pretty much it. I would have to say. Ay, maybe just a very minor thing. Yung sa akin naman, medyo, yung pagiging pabebe ni Kasi parang, dude, 2 years na kayo magkasama, pabebe ka pa rin, ayaw mo pa rin pahalik. Yung totoo. Diba? Ayaw mo
no, parang,
diba?
may pa-reward pang effect. Hello.
Correct.
Parang di ba dapat normal thing na lang yun?
Nose lang? Ano to, Lola? May parabing ng nose. Kamusta naman, di ba? Parang, yun, yung mga ganun bagay. Parang,
Yes.
okay. But I guess, again, that's a plot device. But then again, we could make it, there's that part.
It's a delighted to
I'm not
I love
discounting
it.
that. Especially in
Yan.
I think that's episode 13, part 4 of 4. Wow,
Yeah.
There was also episode 10, part 4 of 4. We're in sa beach.
Yes.
Parang hinawakan, that's another thing. Hinawakan niya pa talaga sa para hindi makawala, di ba? So parang, yun, yung ganun lang naman. Pero meron minor thing. Parang major pa rin sa akin yung unang nasabi ko. That's it for me. Kami nasabi. So guys.
Siguro ako, sige. Since na-mention nila kanina, I actually I find Adrian and the secretary equally annoying. But there's this another character that I find as equally annoying as the other two. Si Pigeon.
Oh, naman.
So,
Siyempre,
all throughout.
antagonist.
Parang ang
When
funny sa simula, parang kala mo friend siya.
That's
nung
true.
pinapanood ko siya, I kind of felt off na sa kanya. Parang he's too friendly.
May something fishy.
May something fishy. Plus, I didn't like the idea na parang lagi niyang pinapasa yung trabaho niya kay Artit. And Artit naman,
Yeah.
he cannot say no. Kasi bago siya. So anyway, I really find Pigeon annoying from start hanggang dun sa huli. And I'm just so happy na at least in a way, at least in a way, parang natanggal siya. Yes, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Kung may mga pictures, gusto ko yan.
Thank you sa mga pictures. But I really find him annoying, promise. As in, ang saving grace lang sa akin for me was napaalis si Pigeon sa company. But he's just so annoying. Yun. So he's really a bummer for me. I know he's necessary, but I just can't take it.
Feel ko yung
Galit na galit si Tita.
bongness mo.
Sobra, as in every time, as in every time I see him sa screen, parang, why are you there? What are you doing there?
Pero
Just
effective
go.
siya dahil nagalit talaga eh.
Miss talaga ako. He's very effective, but I just don't. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Busy si Ange, ako na lang muna.
Especially one kid.
Siguro aside from, you've all mentioned na kasi si Peter yan, si Secretary, tsaka si Pigeon. Aside from them, I don't wanna be the devil's advocate. Pero medyo bummer for me ng very, very slight si Kong Pog. Kasi it took you so long to understand your partner on what he is going through. Na parang, for me kasi, big decisions such as working together in the same company, which has the very high potential of working together in the same department. Kasi mag-internship siya. Tapos next is moving next door.
Next door.
Next door without informing your partner. No, parang, ano ba? Parang kung ako din si Art Hit, na parang, I would really feel the same way na magagalit ako. Parang,
Same.
kasi those decisions, although solely kay Kongpob yun, it's his to make. It's his decision. It's all for him. Parang, at least let me know na what your next steps in life are. Especially if it involves me. Yeah. So yun. So feeling ko sa reaction ko, hindi pala siya minor bummer, pero bummer sure.
Actually,
Then especially,
I agree then.
yeah. And also, medyo konti with Artit. Pero kasi, I gave Artit a free pass kasi mas naintindihan ko on how he's feeling. Especially nung ayaw niyang sumabay kay Kong Pog pauwi. Nung ayaw niyang kitain si Kong Pog sa labas ng office after office hours. So I really understand him there. Yeah. Parang feeling ko si Artit, medyo nasasakal siya kasi Kong Pog is always there. I mean, kailangan din natin ng safe distance from our partners for us to grow individually and for us to breathe and to function individually nang wala yung partner. Kasi it's I know you all know it's different when your partner is there and when you're alone. So yun. And which leads me, I just have to add kay P. Durian kung bakit siya sobrang bummer for me. Aside from she outed Art Hit. Pero kasi, how HR ka, di ba?
Exactly.
Parang, as HR, put your employees first. I mean, the employees should be at the core center of your reason for existence in a company because you're part of the HR department. Diba? So, having said that, parang unang-una, bakit kasi may photo si Art Hit at si Kong Po while kissing and on the beach? Na parang it's a private moment for a couple regardless of
Correct.
na-intrigue ka ba or na regardless kung
Oy, that's
um
data privacy, Rich.
yeah,
Oo, pwede
data
sa
privacy. Kasi people would often think of na ang mali niyang ginawa is kinalat niya. Pero let's go to the roots na bakit kasi may photo? And it's from her camera, di ba? Kasi siya yung designated na mag-take photos.
Yeah.
Yan. And aside from that, sige, kung papagbigyan natin, okay, sige, kahit may photo, kahit mali na ginawa niya may photo. But then again, nung hiningi yung photos, hindi mo ba lang talaga ba i-scroll each and every one kung meron ka bang dapat hindi i-share with the group chat of the whole company? Diba? Na parang, grabe. Pero may question ako. Ngayon ko lang naalala. Ang konti naman ng company ang konti na employees for a big company like Ocean Electric.
Mas may group chat sila na buong company. Parang nakakarindi yung group chat na yun, di ba? Tsaka parang nakakaya mag-group message.
Although ako naman, feeling ko since nasa manufacturing sila, hindi ganun karami yung back office employees nila. Pero even sa production, hindi naman masyado marami.
Tapos, if you will think of it, di ba meron silang dilemma na yung order is hindi aabot yung plastic na supplies. Kaya pumasok yung company ng father ni Kong Pog.
Yeah.
Tapos, manually nila pinipix, di ba? Like, physically pinipix nila manually yung items. Tapos nung natapos sila, parang, gano'n ba kadami yung orders? Parang ilan ba yun? Like, 75? Gano'n. Ang konti na. Sorry. Kasi nakita ko lang, ang liit ng production nila. Na parang, kung gano'n kalaki yung order, di ba dapat it would take like a week or 5 days at least na para matapos yung order. Pero, in fairness to them, natapos nila in 2 days yung order.
I think overnight after the party. After the
oras sa lahat.
Pero I'm in motion na ni Mark yung
I'm in motion yung process.
yung process. Yung
I just have to say na yung naggupit kay Art. Sotus S ba yun? Yung nagpagupit si Art Hit. Sotus S yun or Sotus?
Siya yung
nagbebenta ng pipi.
Kaya
Oh my God!
sinabi, you look familiar.
Kaya pala, yeah.
That's
Kaya
why.
pala may dialogue na you look
familiar. Tama. Kitang kabuhayan si Kuya.
Correct.
Small details add to the whole picture. Kaya I really love Sotus S. Kahit boring, pero okay lang.
Actually, yung naging bummer for me was yung very slow burn pa din siya, especially from the first 4 episodes. Parang, alam mo, ito ulit tayo. We're going back to the hazing moments again. All over.
Yeah.
But what I liked about that part naman was there was a parallelism from the old episode, old Sotos with the new ones. And a second bummer for me would be the gaps in between timelines. Like, I felt like I've seen a different Art Hit in the first few episodes, another Art Hit in the second few episodes. Parang ganon. Parang I'm not sure how I could bridge the gap na he was so mad at Kong Pog, then suddenly he shifts back to falling in love, being open out of the sudden. Parang for me there's a process to that. I mean, hindi man mabilis ka agad na maghilom sometimes. Pero it's a BL, so they make it happen faster. Kaya ang third bummer was Art Hit in a way, kasi especially with the moments that he could have expressed na I wanted distance at this distance, and in a way na he wasn't really verbal about it. Parang it was Kong Pog trying. Kasi for me, I understand both sides in a way. Kong Pog in a way na I'm trying how much far a distance should I be? Should I be this close to with you in an apartment? Or should I be so far, like while we were walking? Parang ganon. So, and on Artit's part, he didn't really communicate how far should I be from you. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Yun lang naman yung
Wait lang, sorry, ang gwapo ni Ang gwapo ni
nga eh.
Chris.
Actually,
Sobrang
since you mentioned
gwapo.
it, no, may isang very, anong tawag doon, gratuitous scene na naliligo lang si Artit. And I'm like, that's a
Oh my God.
very long,
Diba?
that's a very long clip of him and his wet body.
And the shampoo.
Parang, ang gratuitous.
Sponsor nila yung shampoo.
Pang thirst trap para sa mga para sa mga thirsty hosts. Anyways, there was a to add to a bummer in a way is yung si Kong Pobre naman parang I felt that he lacked a certain sensitivity kasi obviously you are with diba, it's in that in that restaurant obviously he is with his workmates and you acting that way in front of other people might not be the appropriate thing, diba? Because you don't know how they would react and you don't know how they might treat your partner just in case they figure out that there's something between the two of you, diba? So parang okay, you are a very straightforward person and at least in school you guys are out, but take note, this is a different environment, diba? And Artit is just, carving his niche or his place in that environment. So why would you bring that sort of energy in there, diba? Parang why don't you ask him first, diba? Instead of just jumping right into. And in Thai culture, very very telling yung pag naglalagay ka ng pagkain sa plate ng isang tao. It's either your family members or you are loved ones, diba? So parang konting, diba? Parang check your naman, girl. Sandali lang. Correct, diba?
Yeah.
Be mindful
I was
naman.
about to say that too. Actually, nasasabi ko na on the flip side nung kay Compob na he wasn't as sensitive because I think he's in a bubble too much with na what they were in school would be the same thing outside. So I think that was his bubble talaga. And the last I think na bummer with me, the secretary talaga, she didn't even take a nod. Sinabi ng CEO, I will resign. She should have resigned instead. Parang she could have taken the cue na ako na lang po mag-resign. Nakakaya pa yung ginawa ko. Parang of all things, I mean, a CEO would resign because of shame. Yun lang.
True. Rewrite. Charot.
Yes.
Anyone else?
I think ako yung last. Actually, yung bummer for me, I would have to agree with Mark. Actually, na-mention na rin siya nung iba. This one is totally the opposite for me ng Sotus. Kasi yung bummer ko was Kongpog. Parang if I may just parang mention yung scene na parang when he asked help from his dad to parang support the company of art and then parang Kongpog didn't even mention na dad niya yung pupuntahan ni Ad. I mean, nag-usap na sila. Ba't hindi pa na sinabi doon na tatay ko yung pupuntahan?
Yeah.
Hindi niya sinabi.
Realistic.
Nagbigay lang siya ng parang pointers na kapag kakausapin siya, ganito, ganyan.
Hardworking, you just talk with him.
Yes. And then yung part na yun, parang nag-gets ko talaga yung side ni Artit na. Nalaman ko lang na, ay, tatay pala doon. Ako nakita ko yung picture.
Sa wall. Actually, painting yata.
Kaya ko makapakilala sa dad or whatever. Parang,
Painting mayaman sila.
Sinamahan mo na, di ba? Anyway,
Yung antay ko eh.
for your company, ba't di mo sinamahan?
Sinamahan ka. Minsan, ito sabi na doon opportunity to, Dad, this is my partner. Parang ganun.
Oh, yes! Yes!
That would have been a perfect moment.
so yun.
Actually.
Ganda sana yan.
So, yung more for me. And then another bummer would be, I think this one hindi ko na mention. Actually, si M and si May. Si Mimi yung yeah.
Sabi ko na dapat sasabihin mo si May. Ang katigas na mukha ni
I'm not sure kasi I think nagustuhan ko side couples except for them. Parang pinilit lang siguro yung screen time ni Yumi sa Sotus S. Parang wala kang feel na spark dun sa couple nila. And parang after 2 years siya, di ba, yung Sotus S. Siguro naman on na si May. So, bakit parang sa 2 years na yun, hindi nila napag-usapan na,
Totoo!
na tayo.
Kakainis sila.
True.
And then parang when they were going to that na, parang the build-up wasn't that intense. So hindi ako masyado na-hook. So parang okay, at least nakita ko si Baby Numi yun. Yun lang. Pero yung relevance nila sa Sotus S, hindi, I didn't feel it that much. So parang yun, it was a bummer. So,
Yes.
Pa-pictograph tayo, diba?
Pero,
Visual reference.
I think it has
It was
to be
either that or yung mirror scene yung nagkatanggal siya ng putik.
yeah.
Did he really glow up here from Sotos to Sotos
Yeah.
S? Nag-glow
He
up
did,
siya.
yeah, he did.
I did.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alright. Meron pa ba na bummers? From
Ako may bummer pa ako. Bakit walang gwapong intern sa office? Charot. Gusto ko nang gano'n.
Alam ko si Todd. Hindi pala yun si Todd.
Oo, Todd or tsaka in. Todd or
Tsaka
yung kahit
bakit dalawa lang yung
intern.
intern?
Oo, ano ba
Oo
yun?
nga. Tsaka kailangan parehong gwapo yung intern. Diyos ko, may hidden agenda yata si Durian.
Hindi ako duman sa
Parang
Parehas gwapo.
Actually yun.
Parehas pang gwapo yung gusto ng interns.
Correct.
Oo.
That's true.
Hindi na ubos.
Parehas may office romance. Sabi ko, bakit ganun? Wala ganun office romance sa office. Charot.
Yeah.
Ang mga intern.
Joke
Wait,
lang. Baka may magalit.
Ano ba? Ano ba yung resolution kay Nai at saka kay Piden? Parang hindi talaga masyado nag-progress, di ba? So parang sumama lang sa
Yeah.
Chiang Mai. Pero hindi parang,
Yes.
they left it at that, sort of like hanging and open-ended, no? Yun.
Yeah.
Pero yun, natuwa rin ako sa dalawang yun. Dun sa dynamics nila, actually sa topics na pinag-uusapan nila, tapos yung parang yun yung way nila
Baseball.
to
Ay,
build soccer. Yung isa,
Soccer.
Chelsea fan,
Soccer.
si Piden,
Sa Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Correct. Tapos parang,
Liverpool.
yun, yung dynamics na yun. Natuwa ako doon. Yun.
Same.
May isang bubble lang pala.
Hindi yung...
Ay, sorry.
Oh, go.
Oh,
Go lang.
Yung gutom ako lagi pag nanonood. Kasi lagi sila nagsashabu-shabu.
Lagi na.
Sponsor tayo.
No
At
naman.
saka yung buffet. Yung lagi nilang kinakain
Japanese
yung buffet
buffet.
after. Yes.
Correct.
Diba?
Pero,
Mag-Japanese buffet sila pero lunch.
oo. Diba?
Diba? Mag-isa
Tapos yun
lunch.
yung libre. Correct. Kasi parang inaantay niya yata. Si ano, diba? Si Nay yata. Inaantay. Well, si PD may nag-aantay kay Nay yata. To show up or something. I don't know. I wasn't sure about that. But in any case, dalawa yun sa main themes talaga, di ba? Parang number 1, beach. And number 2, shabu-shabu or grill. Kumakain sila lagi. Di ba? Basta food. Di ba?
Ayun, yung huling bummer ko pala, I think there was a lost opportunity. Yung kay Praylin. Yung kay Praylin ba yun? Yung may lesbian couple.
Prepelin.
Yung vlogs
Ah,
number 3.
Yeah. Sayang.
Sayang. I was waiting for that.
Sobrang sayang.
He just added a scene na sinusundo siya nung girlfriend niya, no?
Oo, yun
Yeah.
lang.
Hindi pa yata ready yung GMMTV sa ganun. So,
Buti pang idea first. Charot.
What the idea first?
Yeah.
Pero but anyway, the
Nauna
right,
pa sila.
I think doon ko lang sa Sotus S nakita na may girl-to-girl couple. So,
Ako yan
Yeah.
sa Waterboys. Waterboys had one.
Water boys.
hindi ko pa yung
Waterboy yan.
so Waterboy, may lesbian couple.
Meron. Meron doon.
Yeah.
One of the main na babae.
Pero hindi rin ano eh.
Pero hindi
Hindi rin
Hindi
na.
rin masyado. Hindi masyado nag...
ganun lang siya.
Yeah, hindi pa yata ready talaga yung GMMTV. We'll
hindi
see.
na.
In the
Buti pa si
future.
idea first. Parang I remember
Yes.
ko sa mga nago kanina.
Oh my God, I'm so
na
excited.
Game Boys was like
October.
reflecting yung the Sotus flow.
Yeah.
Especially when I saw that then kasi in the end ng Sotus S, it's like the reprise of what's happening with the Game Boy then. That at the end, it's Arcade making the move for Compag, mga ganun.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
full
yeah,
circle
yeah.
na.
I see that. Tama.
Tama.
Yun. Pero speaking of Girl Next Door, it's gonna be out October, pero wala pang final date. So it can be the last day of October. We don't know.
And all I know is one of the girls is yung anak ni Angel Aquino. So
Yes,
she's really pretty.
yes.
Grabe.
pretty.
Correct. And the other one is a theater actress. Oh my god, I love her look. I love her vibe.
Yes, I love her
I
vibe.
follow her on Instagram. Tapos gusto ko yung mga ukulele songs, ano niya. Ganun, nakakatawa. Yes,
We're
watch,
gonna
watch,
expect
watch,
a
watch.
song. Ano name niya ulit?
Rachel?
Stino ko siya sa...
I'll send you, ano.
Sige.
As in, Theater Rachel. Parang gano'n. Theater Rachel. Parang gano'n. Anyway, when I find it, I'll forward it to you guys. Ayan. So I guess it's time now for our rating.
Rating.
Yes, so would like to start. Uy, grabe.
Okay.
Grabe.
Guys, isa-isa lang. Mahina yung kalaban.
I'll give it a 10 pa rin because I still have the happy feelings from Sotus. As in, I feel that it's sustained all throughout. So, hindi siya naging monotonous also. So, they give it a new spin. Diba? So, either way, still a happy change. So, yes, 10 for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 9 because kilig. I felt the kilig and I appreciated all of the little things and the details, etc. Pero yun nga lang, yung bummers ko, yun. That's why I didn't give it a 10. Thank you.
For me, it's a 9.
Okay. I sorry, go.
Sorry, excited
Go.
na Lola. Okay, so for me, it's a 9. It's a 9 because may kilig factor pa rin naman. Pero, may kulang talaga in some aspects. So, it's a 9 for me.
Okay. Ange?
Wala, hindi ko maisip ko. Okay. Kasi if
Coming from a 7 for Sotus ka, diba?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm curious.
Let's see how the sequel fared.
Actually, if objective ako, I think 9 because I appreciate the fact that it's super relatable, it's realistic, and yeah, but I got more kilig here compared to Sotos. That's just me. But then, if happiness meter talaga, parang hindi pa siya umabot dun sa parang nakukuryente ako. Eh. So, if bias rating, it's 8. If objective rating, it's 9. So,
Okay.
So, ano?
So ano, 8.75,
8.5 na naman yan. Mag 4.5 pa naman yan si Ange.
May decimal ulit tayo.
0.99?
5.
Say again?
8.5. Diba?
8 point. Okay.
3.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys?
Mark? Or ako?
Okay. Ako na. Sige, ako din. I'll give it a 9. Overall, I'm very happy with Sotus S. I just couldn't give it a 10 because the conflicts introduced at the latter end of the series were not totally tied up for me. That's just it. I just wanted, just like what Mike said earlier, I just wanted accountability for everyone who did wrong. So yun lang. Aside from that, I'm very happy naman if we look at it lang for artists and Gongpop. It's just that, and life lessons actually. I just couldn't give it a 10 because the conflicts were not neatly tied up.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. That's why I'm giving it a 9. Because I gave Sotus itself a 10 across the board. I remember writing that down. So, but I'm giving this a 9 because there were some accountability issues and inconsistency issues, gaps for me. So, which I couldn't reconcile. So, I'm giving it a 9.
Yay!
Okay, and Nico, who just couldn't connect to the internet again, gives it an 8. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Kung ano bang reason niya, secret na natin. Hindi rin namin alam.
Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Comment down below.
In the private chat. And so that we can also, well, if you want to. Ayan. Flat 9. Hey, that's still a good ano na ba? And I think it's still a testament
Correct.
to the Sotus. Can we call it a franchise kung dalawa lang siya? Pero the Sotus series, I guess. Diba? Kasi yun nga eh. Maganda yung kwento niya eh. Parang there's a lot of good points in it. There's a lot of life lessons. Pero yun nga, parang there are some opportunities still. And I think that we all agree naman na there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of shows. So this is just one of them. This is one of them as well.
Yep.
Ayan.
And
Any
thanks
other-
din pala. Yeah, parang and thanks din kasi my partner was watching it with a friend and he got convinced to watch Sotus. So thank you. There.
Jared.
And the friend is Darren.
Yay, we have a new advocate.
What's your rating?
Advocates.
Ay, what about our audience? Did they give their rating? Oh my God, we didn't ask. How about si
Comment.
Pietro? What is your what is your rating? We
I
can
don't know
still,
his rating, but I know his comment. His main comment was it was a slow burner for him.
slow burn.
We
Wait,
share the
to be
same
honest-
sentiments.
To be honest, I didn't feel the slow burn, pero I guess that's just me, no? Parang, no biggie. Thank you, guys. Anything else? Any updates or any final thoughts before we close?
Let's just watch Friendship with Chris Singto special. It aired last night. So
Yeah.
let's watch.
I need to
Since
watch it
we're
first.
all into the Sotus feel today.
Wala eh.
Correct. What was that, Ange? Can you say that again? Hindi ko narinig eh.
Beach sila ulit. Dun sa
Yeah.
Beach ulit.
Sila.
Beach ulit. Mahilig nila mabasa.
Oo. Bakit? Kaya nagpapabasa.
Friend zone ba yun? Yung
Although
parang
there's-
may red light na kama scene with Singto ba yun? Yun? Yung medyo orangey yung ilaw. I just saw a clip before eh. But I'm not sure if that's the one.
Not yet. Ooh, I'm not sure pa.
Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko pa napanood yung teaser or trailer.
Okay.
So, check it out later.
Interesting.
Alright.
Pero there's this thing with Chris and Singto. Parang kapag meron silang feature with halimbawa a magazine or like may photo shoot sila sa isang event or whatever, lagi silang daring. Parang
Yeah.
90% of the time, daring yung photo shoot nila compared to, for example, Off and Gun, laging cutesy and ganyan. Parang sila laging daring. So parang, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining.
Just here.
Of course, want me to complain.
It's just an observation.
Yeah, lumalabas
Kasi-
sila kay Max and Tool.
Ayun eh. Since you mentioned that,
Ready na sila for mature roles.
Yes.
since you mentioned that part, I have a question. Is there sort of like that level of daring in terms of the power three couples? So kung parang we have your pabebe off and then your little more, mas daring sina Tenyu and then pinaka-daring sina ano? Tama ba yun? Magaganon ba sila? Or
yung pinaka-daring tenyo.
Hindi naman kasi
Talaga?
maganda yung ever.
yes, Tati?
Ako,
Parang I haven't seen them na daring sa photo shoots.
Sina Tenyu?
Ano?
Parang hindi shirtless pics mo, pero sina Chris to talaga. Yan, sige, go. Ganun.
Oo. At saka
Parang
behind the
ano,
scenes.
yeah. From my observation, I think Off and Gun will always go for the cutesy theme. Siguro, medyo evident kasi the height difference, siguro. And and Singto would always go for the daring route. And TNU, parang feeling ko, from the photos that I've seen, I haven't seen all naman, pero from the photos that I've seen, parang feeling ko ano siya, more on editorial lagi yung look. Parang medyo avant-garde. Parang hindi sila conventional na catalog type of photo shoot. Ito kasi sa background, it's very catalog eh. So pero TNU would always have the interesting angles, would always have the okay, more on that next week. Ano ba gagawin natin next week?
Yeah, since you mentioned it, I guess it's because yun nga, and I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe because GMMTV in a way is trying to capitalize and tap on different niches, diba? So parang different types of couples to cater to different types of audiences. Yeah.
Yes.
But
And yung
yeah, we
susunod
can
na
talk.
project ata ni Chris is gonna be Military of Love, I think. It's gonna be yung
Ah,
babae yung partner niya.
Not canceled.
Magka-cancel yun.
It was
Cancel yun?
canceled.
Cancel
our
COVID na
shooting
yun.
was canceled. There was advisory by GMMTV. A lot of the
Hindi ko
shows
napanood ng
Yeah.
advisory.
were delayed in release, pero
Yes.
may mga na-cancel rin eh. And
Ito
pero
na
I'm
yung
happy that Tale of a Thousand Stars is still gonna be shown. It's just gonna be delayed.
Yes.
Next year.
Yun lang.
Sobrang
Yun lang.
delayed na, oh my God.
Oo,
Oo,
hindi
hindi.
no.
Feeling ko kasi they're gonna take some live location shoot siguro. That's why they have to delay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in terms of yung di ba yung cash flow, I guess. Siyempre, if they delay it, mas space out nila yung pasok ng revenue, if
Yeah.
that makes sense, or I don't know, yung viewership. Di ba? Para hindi, kasi if they lump it all in, let's say, these months, edi ano na ipapalabas na sa next, siyempre.
Yeah.
Yun.
Tsaka mahahati yung fans nila.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oo. Correct. Parang instead
Right.
of gaining new fans for, let's say, for that certain ship, hati sila. So, sayang, di ba?
Yeah.
Chot. Kailangan may alam mo yun, parang lagi silang nabubusog.
Yeah.
Yun.
And fresh content. Kailangan may fresh content sila every now and then.
True.
True.
Fresh
Random
content,
question.
no shade, pero ano. Ay,
Ay,
sorry.
kailan yung Manner of Death pala? Would you know kung kailan siya re-release?
November.
November.
Sabay-sabay sila, season 2
Sunod.
I forgot. May isa pa eh. Basta may isa
Si
pa
Ton
sila.
Hon Chonlati, kailan yun? Excited din ako to.
November.
December.
Oh my gosh! Ay, sorry.
Diba? November this month.
Ton Hon Chonlati.
Ang dami papanoorin.
Parang ano eh.
I know.
Ngayon,
So
naka-line
many
up lang sa
shows.
kanila lagi si Bright and Win. Parang, no shade ko to GMMTV, pero pagpahingahin nyo naman si Bright at si Win. Ano ba?
Actually, if I may add, kaya rin na minove yung adults kasi they didn't expect na magiging super hype yung Bright Twin. Kasi they were banking on adult for this year. But then since medyo nag-blow up si Bright Twin, minove nila next year. So, guess it's the cash flow talaga.
Oh, take advantage. Try the iron while it's hot.
Oh, like the hype muna.
At saka at least,
Marketing
diba, we get, correct. Or at least we get another couple next year, diba?
You're so excited.
Yes.
Ang cute
Oh, sila.
Actually, I've always been an Earth fan. It's just that I think that he may not have been given the right direction. Kasi sa Water Boy, parang ang eh. Pero I've seen him in some moments na parang okay naman siya eh. Alam mo yun, parang it's just
Yan,
maybe...
guwapo.
He is. Leading man at
And hot.
I like
Iba yung appeal niya. No?
because he is Moreno and he's not like Tutatayon loaded. Alam mo yun?
At saka di ba siya yung natin, top 1 Kieme natin? Siya ba? Siya yata eh. Siya yung consistent Kieme for all.
Oo, siya.
Siya
100%
yung Kieme.
diba?
100% all of us voted.
Moreno talaga eh.
Kasi
Unless
naman huli.
dadagdag sila ng ibang score.
Okay na yun.
Funny thing, just to give you an example of maybe why Earth has that appeal on us is because parang for international audiences, if people all look the same, parang nawawalan sila ng appeal eh. Diba?
Yes.
Like for example, there was one time na parang me and some of the people that I've met online reactors, parang what do we think about this person? What do we think about this person? And then one of the reactors was like, oh God, they all look the same. Parang, alam mo yun? So may ganong klaseng factor eh. Parang if lahat sila maputi, makinis, parang okay, parang nawawala rin yung appeal nila minsan. So yun, that's why I guess he stands out because of that.
And he has acting chops naman eh, kasi you could see the difference between the Theory of Love character niya with Water Boys. So you'd see two different personalities.
Right.
Yes.
And he's also in love by chance pala. Nagulat ako.
Yes.
Yes.
Ito yung Minority Report siya.
Gawa na pas.
Ayun. Okay.
So I think
I
the
think
audience, no, kung meron man, the audience have already a sneak peek of what we will do next week. What are we doing next week, Bamay?
Well, we haven't fully fleshed it out yet, but we may be talking about some of the things that have cropped up recently, and also maybe some of the common themes and issues or concerns that we encounter in terms of the BL world. So more on that soon. We are going to be talking about it. We're going to be posting some teasers and some information on our Facebook page. So if you're not following us yet, please go ahead and follow. And if you have any comments or let's say feedback or inputs on what we've discussed tonight, go ahead and put it in the comments as well. You can reach out to us through our social media platforms, and you can also message us directly, diba? So keep on sharing the love and keep on talking and discussing, because this is one way for us to be able to, let's say, educate ourselves by listening to other people's opinions. And of course, our opinions are our own. So if you have any disagreements or other opinions, let us know as well. Because, parang magkaroon rin kami ng ibang perspective. And happy birthday, P. Maya!
Happy birthday!
Happy 21st birthday.
Oh my God, you're
Wow.
drinking in the US.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm already 21. Oh my gosh, I'm not a teenager anymore. Charot, may 20 pa nga.
All right. Any final words, guys, before we close?
Yeah, we're excited for them to join us in our next episode. So just follow us on our social media channels, Bruhaha BL Squad at Facebook and at Bruhaha BL Squad on Instagram. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, everyone.
Friday, everyone. Happy
Friday. And happy weekend.
ขอบคุณครับ
Happy weekend.